Hey everyone, Pat Taggart here, and with everything going on with COVID-19, we know a lot of companies are challenged to communicate both with their customers and also their employees. So we wanted to record this short video just to give you some tips on how to create video for communication so you're not sending out a bunch of text emails, which are certainly inferior to video. I have 9 tips for you. I know it's kind of an odd number. Usually we stick to even numbers like 10, but here's 9 things I want you to think about. And first and foremost, we hear all the time people say, well, all I have is a cell phone. That cell phone in your pocket is an incredible video production tool. In fact, if I were to hook up one of my professional cameras and put it next to cell phone video, which is well lit, many people would struggle to be able to tell the difference. But oftentimes companies shy away from using your cell phones. Do not do that. In fact, I decided to shoot this video with my cell phone. I think I have an Apple XR, so not even the newest iPhone, and the video quality is really outstanding. Whoever in your company has the best cell phone around when you're recording, just use that. It is perfectly fine for almost everything that you're going to record. The second note is no scripts. No scripts, no scripts. That is my biggest tip. The investment company Vanguard, when the market really took a hit 2 weeks ago, they sent out a message from the CEO, and it was a video message, which really excited me because of course I'm biased. They sent out this video message, and about 10 seconds in, I realized he's reading off a teleprompter. It was 7.5 minutes, completely scripted, and his main message was a great one. It was, don't panic, right? We've seen this before, and the last thing you want to do is yank all your money out. It was a message that people like me needed to hear, but what we needed was for him to be genuine, for him to be conversational, to be empathetic. Very, very difficult to do that when you're completely scripted. And I know what a lot of you are thinking, like, look, I'm not used to doing video. The last thing I need is to remember all these things off the top of my head. I think the very, very easy solution, just hold some notes in your hand and call it out, like when you start. So if you're addressing your employees, say, hey guys, I have some things that I wanted to talk to you about today. I know our work environment's a little different. I didn't want to forget anything, so I brought my notes. Once you call it out, it's completely fine. Look, you're probably not in the position you're in because you're amazing on camera or because you have a ton of experience speaking to people on camera. So take the pressure off yourself. Give yourself some notes. What you don't want to do is hang those ridiculous cue cards all over the walls, because once your eyes drift from the lens, it's game over. People know you're being disingenuous. They know you're searching for words, and then they're going to wind up being distracted by that. So just talk genuinely, hit your key points, and remember that with video, you're not trying to tell the whole story. So think about what your message really is, right? What are you trying to get across? For Vanguard, that 7.5 minute video could have been about 2.5 minutes of genuine content. Instead, it was 7.5 minutes where the CEO felt like he had to hit everything, and the video really missed its mark. My third point, eye contact is really important. And how do you get eye contact with a video? Well, you have to know where your lens is. So the iPhone's fairly long, longer than this index card, and the camera lens is super small. So for me, it's all the way up in this top corner over here. If I were to be looking down this side, well, all of a sudden you don't have eye contact anymore. Eye contact is incredibly important for a video like this where you're addressing your customers or your employees. Make sure you know where your lens is. My fourth point, quiet room. You really want to find somewhere quiet to record. Look, people will forgive less than perfect video quality. They will not forgive bad sound, okay? So you really want to make sure that you're in a place that's quiet. Listen for loud HVAC, traffic noise, people talking in the next room. I personally just sent my children downstairs and begged them not to talk loudly for about 10 minutes, so hopefully they listen. Quiet's really, really important. And one other note really quick on the scripted, unscripted thing. You've already heard me stumble a few times. Look, that's how we talk in real life. So many times people say, I had to restart because I said or I stumbled. So what? When we have normal conversations, that's how we talk. Our video communications should mimic real life all the time. Number 5, make sure you get lots of light on your face. In your videos, you want to be the brightest thing in the frame. The best way to do it, stand in front of a window. Window's here, I'm here getting lots of nice light on my face, knocks out the shadows. In some cases, that's not possible, so you want to make sure that you have a light available or that you're always the brightest thing. What you don't want is a window right behind you. If there was a really bright light right behind me, then maybe I would look a little bit dark and I'd be silhouette. That's why you never want to stand with your back to a window when you're recording, because then all of a sudden the UPS truck going by is the brightest thing in the frame and you're kind of in shadow. So get lots of light on your face, nice, even, bright light. Number 6, there's some really great accessories that you can pick up, not just for during this pandemic when you're trying to communicate with your teams and your employees, but also moving forward if you're going to use video. 3 big things. Number 1, a tripod, right? Super cheap. You can find all these on Amazon. A tripod, a light, and a microphone for your cell phone. You could probably pick up all 3 for a total of under $100. Totally transforms the game. If you want to reach out, I can give you specific suggestions, but just search for your particular camera and you can find something that'll work really well. And if you don't have a tripod, stabilize it somehow. This is what I'm doing right now. I have my camera literally sitting on this plastic box on my windowsill and it works perfectly fine. So just figure out ways to be creative. You don't want to selfie it the entire time, and it'll probably take some pressure off you if you don't have someone holding a camera on you, so you can just record this by yourself. Number 7 is framing. When you're framing a shot, that means kind of where you appear in the frame. Headroom is always a thing that people tend to screw up. A lot of times you'll see this, where they only come to half the frame, you have all this room over their head. Really, all you need is just a slither of light above their head. You just want to be able to see just a little bit above their head. So knock out that headroom. That's a big thing. And then where do you frame them up? Well, you don't want to cut them here because you don't want just a floating head. So anywhere below the shoulders and above the waist is typically fine. Right around here is good. This is what I chose today, but we'll leave that up to you, whatever you think looks best. Some people don't want to be quite this close. Totally get it. You just don't want to be like so far away that people can barely make out your face. Smile. People love people that smile. And I know smiles have been hard to come by lately, but man, you don't want to get on screen and have this straight, intense face the entire time when you're trying to deliver a positive, warm message. Just remember how important your face is, and your body language. It all kinds of translates to your message and they go hand in hand. So just be relaxed and try to be yourself. Make sure that that body language lines up with your message. And then finally, how do you share it? Well, if you don't already have a YouTube or a Vimeo page, we typically use Vimeo. You want to create one, okay? So create yourself a Vimeo page or a YouTube page. And when you share these, you can determine who sees them. So you have control over whether it's private, if they need a link, if they need a password. Create it, easily send it off there. Now with your cell phone videos, you want to be able to trim the beginning and the end of it, right? So you don't have that awkward space beforehand where you take 3 deep breaths before you jump in, and that awkward space at the end where you're reaching to try to hit the stop button. Trim that up. If your company has editing capabilities, fantastic. One of the ways that we can help, and hopefully this video has given you a lot of tips, but one way we help a lot of our clients is they use us just for post-production work. So we've worked with them to really kind of perfect being able to shoot great looking video with their cell phone. They send the files off to us, and then we kind of dress them up, make the sound a little bit better, make the picture a little bit better, pop a logo on there, maybe pop a name on there, stitch together, cut out some rough spots. And so we're able to do that for you as well. If you want to reach out, we also have a full course on video production that's available to you. It's linked up in the email there if you want to check that out. It's 20 modules, really lays out your video strategy, how-tos for internal and external. Hope this was really helpful to you. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Here's my contact information. Thanks so much for watching, and we will all get through this together, and video will help.